Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What is going on, listeners? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, your one-stop shop for AEW and WWE recaps and reviews and everything else that we can bring to your ears. Every time I get to this point, I forget what I'm supposed to say. Maybe I should write it down one of these days. Recaps, reviews, predictions, game shows. Yeah, we do game shows now. Vince apparently ran a pretty sick game show last night. I would have been on it, but happy wife, happy life. I got to spend time with my wife, too, and you know, all that happy stuff. You can find us on Podbean. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find us on Wrestling News World. Shout to them, guys. They host us. No, they don't host us, but they feature us on their website. We're the only recap podcast on the website. Thank you guys for having us there.
Yes.
Shout to Belts by Dan. Man, I'm sorry. I forgot to plug them last week. Belts by Dan. Check them out. beltsbydan.com. We'll keep it short and sweet. Go there and professional wrestling belts. One that, you know, AEW should pick up, like the TNT title, because it still looks like doo-doo butter. They need to pick it up. AEW Dynamite. That's why we're here tonight. What do you think of the show?
It's good. It was better than I thought it was going to be, honestly, especially after last week. Because there were some weird booking choices, I thought, like with the best friends thing with the sex gods or whatever. But I'm sure we'll get into that. And but I mean, like, the matches were fire, you know. Happy with the outcome. I
am very happy with the outcome, which we will get into later. I did promise last week I'm going to stop getting mad at the product, because that's not me. That's not how I do. But I care more about AEW than I do WWE. That's why I get mad at it. But no more getting mad. Respect all around. We'll get into that later. We start the night with Hangman and Omega against the Natural Nightmares for the tag titles for the 82nd time. Meanwhile, the best friends haven't got their chance, but they're defending their chance later. And no, I'm not really mad. That I am against that, but I'm not getting mad. I promised I wouldn't get mad anymore. Shout to Justin Roberts, man. Justin Roberts is back.
Yeah, so good.
The only thing that I didn't like about him coming back tonight is we didn't get Jon Moxley.
Next week, hopefully. Next week.
I love it.
I know.
I was so waiting for it, but it didn't happen. It is what it is. But Justin Roberts is back. Nothing against, I don't even know her name, whoever the female was that took over. She's good, but she doesn't say Jon Moxley. Like,
yeah.
So, solid match. Every match tonight was solid. There was a spot early in the match that Dustin took two knees to the face from Omega.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to happen, and it got called out. The highlight of this match, though, is Shivani's on commentary.
Yeah.
And he mentions that he just received a note from Britt Baker that she is in isolation. So I immediately thought, oh, she's not there tonight. You know, she's at home, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And then he says, boom, she's right next to the commentary table in isolation. So we flip over to the commentary table, and here is Britt Baker giving Tony Schiavone notes on a little rope pulley.
Yeah. So good. So good. I died. I think the second one was what? I hate your green tie or something like that.
Yes. I got another note. She hates my green tie. I almost took my drink.
Yeah, this was awesome.
It's amazing.
I love what Britt Baker's doing with that kind of stuff. Like, she's really leaning into that, and it's just, I don't know. She's so improved. Like, I want more Britt Baker on my TV.
That's exactly what I was about to say when she first flipped. And I keep saying it, when she was knocking Schiavone for working at Starbucks. It's been misunderstood when I said that a couple times. I didn't knock her beating up on the commentary guy. I knocked her beating up on somebody's job. I don't ever agree with that. If somebody's making money, let them make money. But ever since then, yes, she has improved so much. She is such a good heel.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's so great. And we get more of it later on in the show. Like, it's so amazing. So Shivani gets told that he has a doo-doo green tie. I put it in notes. Goldust is out there doing flipsy doos, man. The dude's 50 years old.
I know.
And he's doing flipsy doos. And then the second note, oh, look, another flipsy do. He did one off the apron onto the floor. Like,
I know. How about those power slams that he can do still, man?
Yes.
Those are nasty.
Yes, he was flipping it very well. Now, this next spot, I wouldn't call it a complaint, but who is Allie? Why is her name Allie? Bunny comes out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden her name's Allie. Like, did she used to be Allie?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that because, when she first entered AEW, she was Allie. And she actually had like a few matches and stuff. And then when Butcher and Blade came, for some reason, she became the Bunny and hung with them. And now that she started hanging with QT Marshall, she's back to being Bunny. Whatever. I don't know.
Okay, so her being Allie isn't the weird thing. Her becoming the Bunny out of nowhere was the weird thing.
Well, that's true. That's that's a little weird.
But tonight they just kind of here's Allie, like that's cool, roll with whatever. But at least have her take the mic. I don't want to be Bunny no more. Throw the mic down. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now you're Allie again. Okay, let's roll. Let's go. So, Allie was on the ramp. I actually had a note asking where the hell was she, and then I realized Brandy Rhodes was out there, and I was like, you can't have them both. That'd be a little too weird. So I deleted that note. But then here's Allie. She's trying to pump up QT Marshall. It didn't work. A last call ends, and Omega and Paige retain the titles, which makes me happy. But at the same time, I kind of wanted the Natural Nightmares to win just to see a title change. But then I would have been mad because my best friends weren't the ones to take the title after earning their chance. And now they had to defend their chance. And there's been 4 defenses. I don't know.
4 defenses. One thing I wanted to say about this match, though, was I didn't like QT Marshall before this, but motherfucker put in some work during this match. He actually looked really good and looked like he belonged there, prior to this, I've just been like, what? Get this guy away. I don't want anything to do with him. He's garbage. But he proved me wrong tonight, man. I was impressed.
He was generic at first. Yeah. And now he kind of he's coming out. Okay, cool. I'm definitely down for more of him. I'm definitely down for the Natural Nightmares. I don't see them going anywhere any further than where they're at, but I'm definitely down with it. But one thought I did have was I'm down for them. I really am. But at the same time, you have a full tag team roster, and they plugged that many times tonight, which you have a good tag team roster. Keep plugging it. That's cool. But you kept plugging it. We got this elite roster. We got all these guys that are great. We got FTR. We got the Young Bucks. 1 week they're against each other, and 2 minutes later they're beating each other or beating up other guys together. But then you got the Natural Nightmares that are just kind of there. But it's cool. Yeah. I'm still definitely down with it.
Nah, I hear you. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what AEW has always wanted to showcase was the tag team wrestling. And it's clearly what they do the best, so I'm cool with it. But I hear you. I mean, sometimes, there's just not room for teams like the Natural Nightmares, where it's it's cool that they had some success and, they had their title shot and stuff. But maybe Dustin and QT should move on, from being partners. It almost feels like,
But at the same time, where do they go?
Yeah.
I mean, Dustin's 50, and he kind of, after the whole, is he coming back after getting his ass whooped thing, and then he finally came back, where's he going to go? And QT Marshall, like you just said, he's generic. You felt it. I felt it. Now he's a somebody hanging out next to Goldust. Where's he going to go if they split him up again? So, I mean,
yeah, that's a good point.
Show him some love. It's not like they had him out there jobbing with a nobody. I mean,
no, they put up a really good fight against champions. It was a good match,
So I'm definitely down for them hanging out.
Yeah.
Speaking of being down with somebody, holy shit. We had Anna Jay, which seemed like my first thought was, oh my God, they got this girl introducing herself. And she's 0-2, but now she's introducing herself. She's worked hard just like everybody else. I'm like, damn, this girl's going to win. But then here comes this Abaddon lady. Like my style,
God.
like I absolutely adore Lacey Evans. Like I think that's not me being the kayfabe person I am. The Lacey Evans character, I love top hats. I love Sunday dresses. I love Southern accents. Okay, that's why I'm so in love with Lacey Evans. But kayfabe wise, give me a fucking zombie. Holy shit!
Oh, right.
I fell in love with this girl. She came out.
Oh,
and
immediately.
my first thought was, okay, they, like I just said, they had this Anna Jay cut a promo. I'm here to, I worked hard, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, they got this cool-ass zombie coming out. She's going to job to Anna Jay. No, it's the other way around. This zombie whooped that ass. If you didn't watch the show,
as soon as
think of The Ring. Only, like, scary.
Yeah!
Contacts.
Holy shit.
And my wife came in the room, and she's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, my new favorite thing in AEW.
Yeah, dude. Well, no. As soon as she came out, I was like, "She's gonna eat Anna Jay. Like that. Is like she's gonna die. Like, sorry,
So great.
Oh
she
my
came
God.
Out crawling like the girl crawls out of the ring, out of the TV in the ring, and everything. I hope that like AEW likes to show their talent. We've covered this a few times on the show. Have them come out and job, but not job.
Right.
And I hope this Abaddon goes somewhere. I really, truly do. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I want her t-shirt. And I'm going to tweet about her, and I'm going to make her my new header. But then I realized I had Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans on there, so I can't do that. I can't take that down. But yes.
Well, she was on Dark like a couple months ago. But that's the only other time she's been like, this was obviously her Dynamite debut.
Yes. I do want to plug. I meant to put it in my notes later on, but I got sidetracked and I didn't. I don't know if they did it before and I missed it. They showed Dark results like in the ticker.
Yeah. I was going to say something about that too. I've never seen it before.
But okay. I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Cool. Like I was bitching the other day that all of a sudden Bunny was with QT and it happened on Dark. Give me a little bit of what happened on Dark and cool.
Right.
That's awesome. Make changes happen. Put it in the ticker. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch for sure.
Definitely good times. One more plug that Abaddon is my second favorite thing in AEW next to the Best Friends. Once the Best Friends win the titles, my fickle ass will say Abaddon is my favorite thing.
Perfect. That sounds about right.
So, speaking of dark zombies, Dark Order makes their way to the ring. Their music hits, and they hand Colt Cabana a envelope. When we were talking about QT Marshall being generic, the first thing that popped in my head, I just didn't say it because I knew this was coming, was Colt Cabana. I can't get behind Colt Cabana, man. I can't do it. He's the most generic thing in professional wrestling. Just my opinion. But Colt Cabana gets handed an envelope. We don't find out what's in the envelope. And they escort Anna Jay to the locker room. Do you think this is going somewhere? Like the Colt Cabana thing, obviously. I think he's definitely going to join Dark Order. But the Anna Jay thing, do you think it's just filler, or do you think...
I hope it's going somewhere. That would be kind of cool to bring a female into Dark Order, I feel like. And yeah, more to your point, with Colt Cabana, later on, I think they announced that he is having a match with... He's partnering with Brody Lee. God damn it, I can't remember who they're supposed to wrestle. So that pretty much sealed it for me.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah. What I got from this was, you know me, I don't think of shit down the line. If something happens, I immediately just whatever. For the most part. We talked about it just a second ago, this Abaddon, which I truly fell in love with this wrestler. Like, God damn, I want to see more of her. Like when the first time I seen Nikki Cross, I fell in love with Nikki Cross, which she doesn't do it no more, but she came out, she ran to the ring like she was going to eat somebody. This is 10 times that. So boom, let's go. But you have a zombie fighting this superstar that they had her cut this super promo, and then she lost, which buries your promo. All of a sudden, she's hanging out with the Dark Order. The Dark Order took her to the back. And kayfabe-wise, they talked to her in the back. Like, what are you doing? A revamped Anna Jay Dark Order against this Abaddon. Boom. It's no longer a job match. It's two solid wrestlers, part of the women's division. I'd be about it.
For sure. And look at what happened to some of the guys that have already joined the Dark Order. They've immediately turned things around. That's the whole reason why the Dark Order offered them, a spot in there, is because they were doing horrible, So I think it makes sense. You know what I mean? So, like I said, and I really like the fact that they're going to bring females into the Dark Order too. I think that's a good move.
Definitely good. Definitely good. I'm definitely excited to see what happens. Even if Abaddon doesn't become a thing and Anna Jay does because of Dark Order, at least I can say Abaddon had something to do with it. I really liked this match. I really, really liked Abaddon.
I think she's gonna be here to stay. I mean, yes. Jesus, it almost reminds me of when Undertaker first debuted and shit, like that kind of vibe, Maybe not quite that scary, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, what you just made me think of was, listeners, if you didn't see it, check out what's that Stone Cold thing where he does interviews with people on the network?
Oh, a Broken Skull session.
Yes, the first one he did was with The Undertaker. And The Undertaker basically says he had an interview with McMahon or whatever. He went to WWE and it kind of didn't work out. And then he's like, I got this phone call, and on the other end of the phone, it's like, yeah, is this The Undertaker? He's like, yeah, this is The Undertaker.
Yeah. You
gotta see it for that to be funny. But oh my God, here we go. 30 years later, he's an absolute the biggest legend in wrestling history.
Yep.
That made me think of it. Yeah, this is The Undertaker.
That's
okay,
so
my
funny.
mind fires random memories for those who don't know. MJF versus Billy Gunn. Speaking of random memories, my daughter today asked me who Billy Gunn was. And I told her he was one half of the greatest tag team to ever live in the history of wrestling. And if she didn't be down with that, I had 2 words for her. I didn't say what the 2 words for.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You were skating on some thin ice there, man.
I almost did it. What's funny is I'm not just saying that. I did tell her I got 2 words for you, and then I stopped. MJF versus Billy Gunn. MJF is so good at what he does.
Yes.
He is absolutely good.
For real.
Speaking of being good at what they do, here we go. We had another Britt Baker note, this was the last one of the night, which made me sad. Britt Baker passes a note asking, how is Aubrey still employed because she's
That was so good. Because I forgot about that, that conspiracy board that she had up or whatever, and then that promo that she
to be there for all of it.
Yeah, it was so good. Yes.
Oh, Britt Baker is so good. Oh my, I can't wait for her knee to not be hurt. But at the same time, then she won't be as fire because she won't be sitting in a chariot.
Yeah, she won't be the role model anymore.
So MJF is they're Billy Gunn and MJF wrestling. Billy Gunn, he's 50 years old also. He's still holding it down. MJF gives up and walks to the locker room. He's ready for a count out, and Billy Gunn walks to the back, and he comes back out of the tunnel carrying MJF in a fireman's carry.
So good. I was dying. I was laughing really fucking hard at that.
This match lasted a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. It really did.
Yeah.
And because of that, I had to leave the room, and I came back, and all of a sudden, MJF was punching Billy Gunn. Did you see what happened? What'd he have?
When he brought him back into the ring, you mean?
How did the match end? I left the ring, I left the room, and then I came back, and they were saying that MJF had a loaded hand. What'd he have? I didn't know what he had.
Oh, Wardlow threw him the ring.
Oh, okay.
And he punched Billy Gunn in the face and then pinned him. That's
okay. So yes, MJF takes the win because I should have knew that. I'm kind of ashamed of myself with the awesome AEW ring that he has. And then MJF and Wardlow start talking shit to Jurassic Express. all hell breaks loose, and the entire crowd is trying to keep them separated. I like where that's going. I'm down with MJF and Wardlow taking on Jurassic Express. And it actually led to, I don't pay much attention personally to matches announced next week. I like the element of surprise. That's just me. Sure. But they did announce that Wardlow is fighting, why am I drawing
Luchasaurus. Yeah.
I'm down for that, man. 2 big guys.
Oh my God.
Go. Have we had a big guy match yet? Like, I mean, I personally don't consider Jack Hager a big guy. I just don't. It's just me.
He's not like huge, like Wardlow or Luchasaurus. He's big, but he's not monster,
So other than Hager,
in AEW, I don't know.
We really haven't.
Yeah. I mean, Butcher and Luchasaurus have mixed it up, but it hasn't been for like a whole match or anything. But I think that's like probably the closest thing that we've gotten in AEW, to a straight, like, really big guy, match.
I'm down for it.
So
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense too, when you stop and you think about like the Jungle Boy and MJF feud too, which is like, I mean, keep that at a slow boil at all times, I feel like, because like those guys can put on, like, if what they did at Double or Nothing 2 is any indication of how they're gonna be doing matches together.
Let's roll. Like, give me one every pay-per-view. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you could do tag matches with them and shit too, because Wardlow's right there. Like, fucking A, man. It's awesome because there's all sorts of options and it makes a lot of sense,
That's valid. Next, we had a Sex Gods interview, which is for the night, my new enemies. I actually texted you guys in the chat and said I love the Sex Gods. Yeah. And then AEW is like, well, the Sex Gods are fighting best friends, and I hate the Sex Gods. Jericho is talking about why was Orange Cassidy juiced last week, because Orange Cassidy interrupted them twice, and both times were absolute comedy because Orange Cassidy likes to be comical, which he nails it. And how they are going to donk the best friends tonight. That's all we really got out of that interview. It's valid. I mean, that's what the Sex Gods want to do. They want to donk them, and Orange Cassidy has been interrupting them. Then we had an even better interview. We had Britt Baker. Oh, shit. Where'd my screen go? Okay, we had a Britt Baker interview, and she's talking about... Oh, wait. Oh, my notes are screwed up here. What the hell happened here?
Oh no.
Okay.
You're fired.
Yeah, I know. I am. My screen's jumping too. This is annoying. Okay. Britt Baker interview saying that her and Tony Schiavone are now on Best Friends pause. And she's talking the normal trash that he does. Okay, this is where my notes are messed up. I kind of, this is a sloppy note. I'm sorry. It got brought up that Penelope Ford, that's what happened. Penelope Ford is announced to fight Sheeta at Fyter Fest for the title. 2 weeks ago, Penelope Ford was an absolute nobody. I'm not getting mad at AEW no more. I'm not. But why is all of a sudden she getting a title shot? Out of nowhere, she won one match. One match. Sorry, listeners. I should have worded that better in my notes. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to go on any more about this, but why is Penelope Ford getting a title shot? Penelope Ford's cool, but...
No, I hear you. This was a bit of a head scratcher for me, too. I didn't get it.
Like,
I mean, give me the match.
Title. I mean, she might. No. She might, but no.
And, maybe
if you're watching this, official prediction, Penelope Ford does not beat Sheeta.
Maybe this was like some kind of an availability thing or something too. I don't know, because, or maybe they just didn't want to do, Nyla Rose, Sheeta part 2 already. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Statlander just blew out her knee.
Did she? I didn't know about that. Really? That sucks.
Yeah, she tore her ACL, so she's going to be out for a while. So that really sucks. I mean, maybe it was just a thing where like Penelope Ford was just the best fucking option. You know what I'm saying right now?
Well,
so, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to throw somebody in there that doesn't really make sense, there's this new girl on the street called Abaddon. Just
True.
Why are my notes jumping so bad right now? I need to.
You're all right, man.
I'm fired, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So Britt Baker interview basically saying that Tony Schiavone screwed up and they're on friends pause. And then all of a sudden she says, get me out of here. Because she's on the golf cart hanging out in the back, and it's a big swole behind the wheel of the golf cart, and she floors it. She floors it. I'm so about Britt Baker and a big swole feud.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely about this. They take off, and nobody knows where Britt Baker went. They don't know where they took her. I'm so about this. About this.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, Big Swole. I really like her a lot too, and I like that they're pushing her. I like that they're kind of featuring the ladies a little bit more lately too. Honestly, like, because I feel like their women's division is getting a whole lot better because it was not very good at first. You know,
it really wasn't.
But and that's not a knock on ladies wrestling. It just like their division just wasn't very good. But it's getting a lot better now, you know. I mean, like with the improvement of Britt Baker, you know, this Abaddon chick that's like scary as fuck, you know, this Anna Jay that's brand new, this Britt Baker Big Swole feud that's happening. Like, yeah, I'm into all of it, you know. Like, so do your thing, ladies. You know?
That's right, especially you, Abaddon. Make it to the top. Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
So following this, Cody Rhodes defending his TNT title. This week it was a surprise. I like the element of surprise. I think it should be a surprise every week. Once in a while, announce it to, you know, like make us a little happy. But I don't know. I like the element of surprise.
Yeah.
The only problem with AEW is my wrestling knowledge isn't very expanded. They brought in Ricky Starks tonight. Apparently he's good in the wrestling world, but if you're sheltered like me, you don't know who Ricky Starks is.
I didn't have any idea who he was either, man.
Okay,
so.
Now I don't feel so bad. Seb knew all about him. So I was like, yeah, he was at NWA Power. He was tearing it up. Cool, Seb. Thanks for the info. So apparently this Ricky Starks guy is a big deal, which more power to him. He's a free agent, most likely already signed, kayfabe-wise. He's a free agent, not signed. He didn't win the title tonight, but him and Cody had an excellent match. They had a seriously good match. Starks hit this cross body block, and it took them both over the top rope. And I was like, whoa, that's who Ricky Starks is. Okay, let's do this thing. I was definitely down with it. Cody Rhodes takes the win. He's got to keep the title because he's fighting, who the hell is he fighting at Fyter Fest?
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So like, he's not going to lose the title before then, but this was a hell of a match. Yeah.
It was a great match. And you know what? I think that the crossroads he hit at the end was probably the nastiest crossroads he's hit since AEW started, man.
Yes.
That was nuts. Like, I don't know. It gave me a headache looking at it. Like, it hurt me, you know? But yeah, hell of a match. What's that?
He popped that shit. It was a good time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. It was awesome, man. But yeah, hell of a match. I hope Ricky Starks is back after that. Jesus Christ. Because, you know, he could obviously fit right in, you know. Think about all the guys you could pair him with in AEW, just thinking off the top of my head. I mean, I think Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin would, they'd be able to have really good matches. Obviously, he killed it with Cody, you know. Bring it.
Definitely good times. Speaking of good times, after this, we had the Super Bad Squad. Havoc and Sabian against the Bucks of Youth. I'm definitely down with the Bucks of Youth fighting anybody.
Yep.
Havoc and Sabian are growing on me. They're growing on me. They're getting some chemistry. I'm excited to see their matches now. Butcher and Blade jumped the barricade and distracted the Young Bucks. And Havoc hit a low blow with a wet floor sign.
I know.
The only problem I'm seeing with these guys is later on there was a rubber hammer used when the ref wasn't looking. I'm all about the ref not seeing stuff spot, but you have 2 in one match and it didn't get the win. Like, You erased your low blow. You erased your hammer to the head. Cool, but it's just don't use 2 in one match and don't use it every week if it's not going to get the win. I mean, is that understandable or am I bitching?
No, I think you're right. Because, I mean, even Penelope Ford got involved too, and broke up a pinfall, if I remember correctly. So, like, there was a whole bunch of stuff that they did that was, cool heel stuff, but, like, it didn't do anything for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, at the end of the day, they still lost the match.
Right.
And, so it's whatever.
Save it so it's special. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But AEW is my favorite for a reason. And I don't know. If that's how they do things, that's how
keeps you guessing, because I hear you. Because, like, when you see a heel team do that sort of shit, especially if you see them do it twice in a match, you're like, oh, they're gonna win,
right, and they don't. JR landed a picture-in-picture plug though. I had to note it. He nailed it.
Oh yeah,
he's a picture-in-picture.
You know what?
And then picture-in-picture.
There were no botches on the picture-in-picture tonight.
Tony Khan was yelling at him. You screw this up, JR. You're gone. You're going back to WWE.
Jesus. Yeah. No, but yeah. So, no. It was good though. I mean,
so
I like
Kip
that
Sabian was in a sharpshooter, and Matt Jackson hits a sick elbow drop on his back while he was in the sharpshooter. That's another thing that I felt maybe should have at least led to him tapping out. Maybe Kip Sabian ends up bleeding from the ear, which
that was strange.
It looked kind of rough. FTR ends up at ringside, building up the end of the match, and I thought that was personally amazing. FTR and Butcher and Blade were having words on the outside. I'm like, wait a second, you guys are going against the guys in the ring, but you're bickering with each other. The Bucks win. I can't even describe how they won. Like, they did a spinny, twisty tombstone leg kick thing, and Butcher and the Blade and FTR jumped in the ring, and all hell broke loose, and they all started beating each other up. The Bucks and FTR ended up hitting a simultaneous mindbreaker.
That was awesome.
You got these guys that are ready to fight each other, and the entire world wants it, but they're like, we're going to do this, and it's going to make you want us to fight more. It's so amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't even give a shit if it's like they're trying to like build heat between them. That's just objectively fucking cool.
Right,
what happened at the end of that segment.
And it makes it even
better. But for some reason... What's that?
It makes it even better because they're like, they're about to fight each other, but here they are one-upping each other, but they were the same. They were in synergy, but not punch each other.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why? But for some reason it works. Like, now I want them to fight each other that much worse because they did that. It's
so great. It's so great.
Yeah.
These guys are going to explode. Like, they're slow building this so well.
Yeah.
FTR and the Young Bucks are probably going to be the best match in AEW, like, to date. I'm calling that now. At least, and if it's not, then your slow build isn't as cool as it seems like it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be in the top 3. I bet it'll be just as good as like the Cody Dustin match and then it
was Omega and Page against
Young Bucks.
Yes, that match was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
so, we'll see.
1, 2, 3, I think, for those. Honestly, we'll see.
I'm gonna remember this moment right now, and when this match happens, and I'm like, was I right or was I wrong?
Right.
Then we had a Taz and a Cage promo, which made me want to turn the channel. I don't like Cage. I don't like Taz. Moxley was talking shit outside of their locker room. And then blah, 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 generic wrestling promo shit. We're going to beat Jon Moxley. And that's what I got out of this promo.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy. But I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of Taz, like from back in the day and stuff. And all the work he did.
For him. I don't know. And that's not even kayfabe, like, oh, screw this guy. Like, I don't know. It just never struck with me. I see why people like him, but it's just, I don't know. It's not for me.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about Brian Cage yet, to be honest. But, like, no, Taz is a legend as far as I'm concerned. If
Cage wins the title, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy about that.
I'm going to revoke my not getting mad at AEW anymore. And then following this promo, we had a Jon Moxley promo, but I didn't see it. The only reason I knew we had a Jon Moxley promo is because I walked in the room and his promo was ending.
Yeah, I think I missed it too because I think I got up to go like get a drink or something, you know. And
I had bickering children that I had to fix. So yes, Jon Moxley promo. We can only assume it was Cage. Your promo was generic. So is mine. We're gonna fight each other and roar.
Yeah, pretty much. I would imagine. So.
Following this, we had some non-generic shit. We had the best shit of the night. So absolutely amazing. What the hell is their name? Reva.
Oh yeah. Okay,
She's running
okay.
around with an iPhone. She's like, "Oh my God, Britt's right around the corner." They find Britt Baker in a dumpster.
Yes.
She's
freaking
in a dumpster.
Banana peel on her face and shit. It was perfect.
The greatest thing of the night, she tells Reva, "You're fired," and she's like, "Oh, I'm free," and she legit has to walk away.
And then she's like, "No, get back here. You're rehired." Like immediately. It was so awesome.
Get your ass over here.
But no, my favorite thing that Britt Baker said during this whole thing was when she was like, "Why is the whole camera crew here? But now that you're here, come here. I have something to say." It was that was perfect. It was so good.
Oh, it's so great. She says Big Swole's gonna literally pay for putting her in a dumpster. She's gonna sue her and make her pay fines. And she says, "Where is Tony Schiavone?" And Reva's like, "You're on a temporary non-friendship." She's like, No, we're friends. He's supposed to be here. Britt Baker is an absolute gem. She's molded into her role so good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great.
When Reva's like, "I'm free," went to walk away, I literally lost it. I'm like, yes.
Oh yeah. Well, at first I was like, wait a minute, did I hear that right? Did she actually fucking say that? I was like, damn. And I was like, oh, she totally did. Yeah.
So good. I can't wait for her to be wrestling again. Like, oh my God. Those who don't know me, I'm about the little shit. I'm free. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. Yeah. And that chick, Reba or whatever, she sells it too, man. Whoever, like whatever she is, like, you know, enhancement talent, just some backstage hand, whatever. Thank God they found her too, man, because she has chemistry with Britt Baker, and it really works really well, and it's awesome.
She was legit like, bye.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Okay. So moving on to our main event, we had Matt Hardy on commentary for the Les Sex Gods versus the Best Friends. I'm going to rant about it one more time. The Best Friends win the number one contenders match, and then we have 3 title defenses. Meanwhile, the Best Friends are defending their number one contendership. Come on. Right here in the notes. This match is bullshit. It's cool. I'm about it. But come on, man. Don't have them defending the title every week while my Best Friends are defending their number one contendership. Yeah. Now, the Best Friends are going to make it to Fyter Fest. They're most likely going to win the titles. But before then, you're going to give me mini heart attacks just like you did tonight.
What a match, though. Holy shit.
It was an amazing match. It was so good. I didn't really note too much of the match because I was paying attention to the match. I wasn't paying attention to Microsoft Word. At the end, though, okay, Sammy Guevara hit a shooting stars press. I thought that was it. Like, my heart dropped. My heart dropped. I'm like, they really going to do my man's dirty like that?
Yeah.
But they didn't. The Best Friends pulled out the win. So now it's still going to be Best Friends and Omega and Page at Fyter Fest, which is in, 2 weeks now? So I got one more week of heart attack left before my man finally gets their title shots. The highlight of this, though, the Best Friends defended their homeboy Orange Cassidy for getting freshly squeezed last week.
Yeah.
A cameraman got caught up in the tango, and he got taken out. The cameraman was Orange Cassidy. He comes in the ring after the match was over, and he takes his wig off or whatever. And boom, he fucking whomped the shit out of Jericho.
It was awesome.
It was so great.
Awesome.
And it caused me
Yeah.
to get the Best Friends music to hit twice in 1 minute.
Yep.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So the Best Friends come out on top. They still have their number one contendership. They didn't announce anything for Omega and Paige next week, but I'm sure they'll be defending against somebody. Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho at Fyter Fest, though.
Yeah. I'm stoked for that, man.
That's how they ended the night. Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho. It's going to be such a good match.
Yes. I believe on commentary, too, Matt Hardy said next week he's wrestling Guevara. And if I heard him correctly, I think he said that he was going to let Guevara pick which persona he could wrestle against. I don't remember if he said that for sure, but I hope he said that because that would be fucking awesome.
It does sound pretty sick. Come out and draw a name out of a hat.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
But yeah, Fyter Fest is shaping up to look pretty awesome. You know, I'm about it. You know,
I'm definitely about it. I'm definitely about the Best Friends taking away Omega and Paige's titles.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if they don't have to freaking defend their number one contendership again next week, while some other team gets their title shot that all of a sudden they got that day. So that was Dynamite. Dynamite was good. Like, the last few weeks, there hasn't been no like really downtime. Like,
no,
it's gone smooth.
Yeah, and I mean, like, since Double or Nothing, really. Maybe there was just a little lull like the week after Double or Nothing, but that was still a really good show.
It was still good,
you know?
for being what it was. Like, yes.
So, yeah, I'm really happy with what AEW is doing. I'm really digging the tag team wrestling. I mean, I would tend to agree. I think that the division might be getting a little crowded, but they're all fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? Like,
just keep rolling until it really is too crowded and you realize, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I got to think that they're going to break up a couple of those teams, though, at some point. I mean, I have to think Hangman and Omega, as soon as they lose the belts, they're going to be some kind of falling out. What's that?
They're not going to be together anymore, for sure.
Yeah. They've
been kind of slow building that for a while.
Yeah. And I like that they kind of brought them back together, you know, like after the Stadium Stampede match and had the solidarity and stuff there. That was cool. But I can't see them staying together after they lose the titles, you know? So maybe Fyter Fest is when when Paige finally leaves the Elite, you know?
Right. And, you know, they'll break up. Best Friends will have the titles. And there'll be nothing but, you know, placeholders for when FTR comes in and, you know, finishes what they started and walks with the tag titles.
Maybe. But hey,
okay.
You know,
my homeboys are placeholders.
You know what, though? I bet that if that happens, it'll probably be at All Out, like at the end of August. So, you know, the Best Friends will have a decent title run. You know, it'll be longer than a month at least.
Right. That's cool.
Be like almost 2 months, you know, so.
Okay. So that's our show. Thank you guys for listening. Dynamite was good. Fyter Fest should be excellent. Both days of Fyter Fest, which is on Wednesday, right? We don't get a Dynamite, we get a Fyter Fest, right? For 2 weeks.
Right, yeah. So, from what I understand, July 1st and July 8th, Fyter Fest. I mean, I don't even know, like, what are they going to do as far as the card, too? Like, how are they going to split the matches up and shit like that? I'm interested to see how that's going to work.
Right.
You know?
I like the element of surprise, so, you know.
Yeah.
Although back in the day, they used to announce main events, which I was down for. Nowadays, people are, you know, it's up in the air until it happens.
They did announce the main event, which is obviously Moxley versus Cage.
Yeah.
You know.
Moxley!
But, you know, I like knowing the card for pay-per-views or, like, events like this, but I don't like knowing the order of the matches and shit.
Right.
Because then you know. But, like, yeah, week-to-week basis, I'd rather go in, like, almost completely cold, you know? Like, I try and avoid Twitter and shit, like, on, you know, like, Wednesdays.
It's like Backlash. I didn't care too much for Backlash. Like, I paid attention, but nah. The only match I cared about though was the Iconics, and they got that one out of the way early. And I texted you guys in the chat. I'm like, sweet, they're gonna break my heart early, and then I can not.
And
care
they totally
anymore.
did.
And then they did.
Yeah, that was bullshit too. The Iconics totally should have won that
Yep.
title. I like this was like stupid WWE booking because they want Sasha and Bailey on fucking NXT tonight for ratings and shit instead of giving the Iconics the titles when they should have been the ones to win it, you know?
Yep.
But anyway.
Bailey and Sasha don't need the tag titles to be a thing. They're Bailey and Sasha. You got the SmackDown title. Sasha Banks is Bailey's best friend, which is a SmackDown champion. That's enough.
Well, and I mean Sasha Banks is can stand on her own two legs too, you know? She's like one of the best women wrestlers in the world right now, you know?
Yeah, buddy.
But anyway, enough of that other stupid company.
NXT. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Drop us comments below. Hit up Belts by Dan. Wrestling News World. Thank you guys for featuring us on your website. We will be back next week for some more AEW Dynamite recap, and we will have some more SmackDown and some Raw content, and we will have a bunch of stuff. Keep posting
every week.
Thank you guys for
listening.
listening.
A bunch of stuff. Peace.